Hey there, this is Molly, and welcome to another teaching video where we're talking about transiting planets and what it means when a transiting planet moves across one of the key axis points in your chart. So in a previous video, I shared with you how your natal astrology chart is broken up into 4 different quadrants, okay? So we called it A, B, C, and D, and how each of these quadrants signify different energies in your life. So when a transiting planet moves across one of these points, it's a big deal, especially when that transiting planet is an outer planet. The outer planets are Pluto, Neptune, Uranus, Chiron, and Saturn. They are the slowest moving planets. They each move at a different speed, have a different cycle. And when they cross over one of these points in your chart, that's when you experience a big life change. Something comes to your awareness. You are pushed to grow or heal. There's a part of your world that changes. It depends on many factors. But it's important to know that when the energy is in your 3rd house to your 4th house, well, this signifies the foundation of your life. And that's what that's what this point here between the 3rd and the 4th house is. We call it the IC. It is a Latin word here, imum coli, and it's essentially the base of your chart. Okay, this is your connection to your most private inner energies and spaces. So the 3rd house, if you don't already know, the 3rd house is important because it's how you think. It's your mind, it's your communication, it is information, how you speak, how you receive information, what you do with that information, how you learn, your early learning experiences. It also pertains to your early school environment, peers, siblings, and how you spend your day. So it can be your daily errands, your short-term travel. You can be busy in the 3rd house and you can be social. So planets in the 3rd house get us out into our local environments to talk, to communicate, to share information, to hear gossip, to be social. This is very much a social media energy where you're like, what's going on? What are people doing? What's happening? And then you take that into your head and you process it. So the 3rd house is quite busy with information, thoughts, ideas. When a transiting planet moves from that energy into the 4th house, then you begin to internalize it. And all those thoughts and busyness you had, you internalize it. And this 4th house is private. It is your private world, your emotions, your family connections, the family you come from, the family you live with. It is genealogy. It's your heart, your inner world. This is actually one of the most private places in a chart. It's not something that other people see. It's blocked from view. It's where you go to feel safe, to feel in your own energy. It's literally where you go on your bed to get cozy and to be away from the world. Okay, that's why you retreat here in the 4th house. And what happens is that when a transiting planet moves from the 3rd house to the 4th house, we essentially take all the busyness that it experienced here. It does depend on the astrological sign and of course the planet, but it moves from how I think to how I feel. And it also asks you to look at your foundation, okay? The foundation of yourself and what supports you. You've taken in all this information, what supports you, what has meaning. So going back to the social media example, you could be looking at everyone else's life on social media and thinking about it and processing it. You're sharing, you're commenting, you're liking, whatever. And if you don't have a filter, okay, I think of this, the filter, you could take it to personally what isn't true for you. There's a sensitivity with the 4th house. It does depend on the astrological sign that's here. But this is where you internalize what else is happening around you. So you come back to, well, who am I at the foundation of my energy? And a transiting planet here will affect your energy in different ways. Saturn, for example, will always mature you with responsibility, where you need to say no, where you need to cut back, where you need to be mature. Chiron will bring up the wound or the vulnerabilities. Uranus will shake it up, will shake up this point in your chart and say it's time to move, because the 4th house is where you live. It's where you're grounded. It's what you call home. Uranus across between the 3rd to the 4th will say it's time to move. Neptune will dissolve this, and you can always feel lost with a Neptune transit. You don't know the answers. You don't know where you belong. And then Pluto across this point is transformational, deeply intense. It shakes up the foundation of your world. It transforms family. It transforms where you come from, your emotional world, what's inside of you. Any Pluto transit's big, but when it's across this point in the chart, between the 3rd house and the 4th house, it really works with the foundation of who you are. And it asks you what has been serving you. So this energy here, the transiting planet that moves from the 3rd house to the 4th house, you take the busyness of the 3rd house and you've internalized it. Hopefully you know what to filter out. But it also is a point. This is an angle. We call this an angle here. And it's where the energies of these 3 houses, this quadrant in your chart, pass over an angle, and you process it internally and say, who am I? What do I value? What do I think? How do I feel about myself? How do I feel about my life, about who I am? And then that transiting planet in the 4th house brings you into yourself, where you do inner work. You want more privacy. You want to be introverted. You want to be alone. So it helps to see these transits in your chart, because you know what to embrace in your journey, what to expect from yourself. Whenever I see someone who has a lot going on in their 4th house, it's really about not doing too much in the outer world, because you're not going to have the energy. You're just going to have so much happening within you here. And this could even be in your family, your immediate family or your bigger family. This can be, it's just personal. It's just, you want to be in your own space. So it's good to know that, because then you know how to work with the energies more personally and with your power. So I hope this has given you some good understanding about transiting planets moving from the 3rd to the 4th house, because it is the foundational point in your chart, the foundation of who you are, and you're meant to make new choices. In the 4th house, what serves me? What is right for me? What connects with who I am? And what do I need emotionally to support myself? This is the emotional foundation of who you are. And that begins a whole new energy in your chart and a whole new understanding of what you need right now. In the next video, I'm going to share with you what it means when a transiting planet moves from the 6th house to the 7th house. So I hope you'll see me over there in that video soon.